just wanted to say that if anyone has not filled out a round robin form and wishes to participate as a performer in the round robin, your last chance to fill out that form is now. The round robin box is around the corner. We'll wait a few minutes for people to do their last minute ones. And there's going to be a round robin early slot from 5 p.m. until 6 p.m. Then we're going to have dinner. And then after dinner, we're going to come back for the round robin again. One thing about the early slot is that we're going to have performers from the mini concerts. Many of you were able to see mini concert performers during the day, but we're going to give them first priority for that 5 to 6 slot so that the whole group can see our mini concert performers. Thank you.
What's coming on?
And I just want to say artist in residence for PMN 2014. That means that Magpie is not only our artist in residence for this gathering, but also for the summer gathering, which is going to be the first full weekend of June at Camp Epworth in High Falls, New York. So come to the summer gathering. It's going to be really fun. For those of you who haven't been there, ask around what it's like, camping, food. It's really great. Workshops very similar to this. Tell your friends. Come out to PMN in June 2014 with Magpie, our artist in residence.
We're going to ask for a 1 minute reprieve. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute.
This cable's not working.
Can someone get water? Do we have a volunteer?
We are live here at People's Music Network Winter Gathering, and this is the plenary that's about to start, but there are some technical problems with the...
technical difficulties, please stand by.
Yes, one of the cables is not working properly, and hopefully will be momentarily.
Hopefully.
Let's see.
Right,
say something.
Somebody say something.
Something.
Check, check, check.
Yes, hello.
Working?
Are you getting it?
At the moment.
Kaboom,
At the
kaboom.
moment we are.
At
Yes.
the moment it's coming through.
It's at the moment it's
At the
coming
moment
through.
it's coming through.
Coming through, still coming through.
It just went off again.
It just went off again. Is it the speaker is dying out? Is that what's happening?
I'm
Yeah.
guessing it's a cable
The
issue,
cable is-
but
Yeah.
he just replaced it, so maybe it's the other cable?
Could be. Let's try the other jack.
Daniel who? Daniel Verdejo?
Hard to know if it's going to cut out or not.
Yeah.
Dito ka rin. Muchas
Oh,
gracias.
thanks, Colin. I want to.
Yeah, you can
Is it
hear
still-
me on Spreaker,
Is
Are
but
we
it still
working
dead?
the speaker's
So-
working for now.
The speaker's working.
All right, well, let's just go. What do you think, guys?
Shall we? Shall we?
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much for inviting us to be a part of this.
Oh yeah, we're feeling tremendously honored to just be in your company, in the company of people who are committed to making a better world, and as Ben's song said last night, using music as a really good place to start. And we know many of you are out there on the front lines.
Some of you I know have even sung this song.
Yeah.
So please help us sing it. We wrote it the day that the war started in March, back in...
Whatever year it was.
Which war,
Which
exactly.
war, that's right. The
But
war.
my brother made a very interesting comment about this song. He said, I know why you wrote this song, because there's always going to be war.
Oh, right, we write the songs because we figure we'll always have them, right? Sure.
But yeah, we will always have a war on poverty, unfortunately. We will always have war
Yeah, there's always a war.
Is it here?
on something. So here it is. Help us sing.
Anyway, this is a call and response song. It's very simple. Terry's going to sing the line, and then we all sing the same thing right after. And then there's a bridge, too.
Which was
and
based on the words of Martin Luther King.
Yeah, the bridge is based on the words of Martin Luther King Jr. When he said that hate can't drive out hate, only love can do that. And darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. So,
Raise your voice.
raise your voice,
Open your heart.
open your heart.
We must all do our part.
We must all do our part.
Stop the war. Time is now.
Time is now.
It is today.
It is today.
We can't look the other way.
We can't look the other way.
Stop the war. Stop the war.
Stop the war.
Only love
Can drive out hate. To this our lives we consecrate. As the sun brings a new day, only light can drive dark away.
For our children,
For our children,
we must teach.
we must teach
To live in peace is in our reach.
to live in peace is in our reach.
Stop the war. Stop the war. War is terror.
War is terror.
We all must
We all must
stand for freedom that is just.
Stand for freedom that is just.
Stop the war. Stop the war.
Stop the war.
Only love can
And
drive out hate.
To this our lives we consecrate. As the sun brings a new day, only light can drive dark away.
For the earth
For the earth
is in our hands.
is in our hands.
For peace and justice we must stand.
Peace and justice we must stand.
Stop the war. Stop the war. It is our hope.
It is our hope.
It is our right.
It is our right.
We must keep peace within our sight.
We must keep peace within our sight.
Stop the war. Stop the war.
Stop the war.
Only love
Can drive out hate. To this our lives we consecrate. As the sun brings a new day, only light can drive dark away.
Raise your voice.
Raise your voice.
Open your heart.
Open your heart.
We must all do our part.
We must all do our part.
Stop the war. Stop the war.
Stop the war.
Stand for peace.
Stand for peace.
Stand for
peace.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, when Diane and Ben asked us to do this presentation, we were all sort of flummoxed. We didn't exactly know what we were going to do. You know, what are we going to do? And the power of song. Well, it could be just what has been our experience. In fact, that's really largely what we're going to do. We're going to do mostly our own songs, but we're going to do a couple of other things here and talk about the power that is, I guess, in there. You know, the power that is invested in, and it comes from these songs and from the experiences. But what happened was that I put out the word. I decided to go ahead and put out the word, and I sent out a message on Facebook. A number of you responded to it. That are FB friends of ours, and I sent out an email too, and I received a project. I have like, I don't even know how many stories there are here. I asked people to tell us when stories of times when they had experienced one song, a song, having made a really tremendous difference, whether it be a small personal transformation, an experience of someone's personal transformation, or perhaps if they actually saw that there was a serious outcome, some kind of outcome that could be directly linked with the singing of a song or the repeated singing of a song. And I received by Facebook and email dozens of incredible stories, many of which brought me to tears. And there are so many of them that I really can't share them with you, except that I have them here on paper. So if you really want to see them, I'm going to leave them here so you can page through them because they're really absolutely breathtaking. Some of them.
We may do a book project around it.
Yeah,
so.
many of and in fact, my feeling about it is that I really don't want to just stop with this. I really would like to continue and to get more stories. So I would love to do that, and so I'd like to actually at this point publicly invite all of you. Thank the ones who have written already, but publicly invite all of you to send us those stories. I'm sure you're all going to get our email address as a result of just attending this weekend. Send us those stories because it's. I guess our real dream would be to not just do a book of these stories, but to do a book and then take some of the songs that really stand out and actually have recordings of them. So there would be a recording attached to the book. So
We'll see.
It started off as being a little bit of a dilemma for us, and now it's turned into a project. So, but we do want to sing some of our own songs and tell a little of the power that the effect that they've had on people, and perhaps the effect that they've had on us.
As a matter of fact, the next one is one that your voices are so beautiful. We hope you'll help us sing. We were working many years ago with the Dene people from the Southwest around a little small issue that was happening on their reservation. And we happened to know their lawyer, and her name was Diane. And she said, Terry, the elders want you to come to dinner and listen to what they have to say about what's happening on the reservation and write a song about it.
It was a little thing called
fracking. And now, of course, it's a part of our New York saga. And one of the elders, he leaned over to me and he said, Terry, water is life. So here comes the song about it, and you can help sing it.
Mother Ocean nourishes me at full moonlight tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Water is life. Mother Ocean nourishes me at full moonlight tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Water is life.
Sing that with us.
Mother Ocean nourishes me at full moonlight tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Water is life. In harmony. Mother Ocean nourishes me at full moonlight tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Water is life. Standing on this rocky shore, something holds my eye on that perfect far distant line where water meets the sky. I don't need a mighty ship sailing across the sea. 4 fathoms deep within I know what you mean to me. Mother Ocean nourishes me at full moonlight tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Water is life. Mother Ocean nourishes me at full moonlight tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Water is life. Out on the wide Pacific under the sun's relentless glow, your waters rise up to the skies where western winds will blow. Those clouds enshroud my mountaintop, feed the forest with their rain. Then it runs down to the rivers and back home to you again. Mother Ocean nourishes me at full moonlight tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Water is life. Mother Ocean nourishes me at full moonlight tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Water is life. I'm gonna lay my body on and let the waves wash over me, the foam running through my hand. Mother Ocean nourishes me. Full moonlight tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Water is life. Mother Ocean nourishes me. Full moonlight tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Water is life. Everything I have and everything I need, I know it's true, it comes from you. Your water is the seed, little Mother Ocean planet. In a universe so wide, we've got to rise up like the moon and try to turn the tide. Mother Ocean nourishes me.
Moonlight tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Water is life.
Mother Ocean nourishes me.
Moonlight tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Water is life.
Mother Ocean nourishes me.
Moonlight tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life.
Water is life. Mother Ocean nourishes me. Moonlight tide at the edge of the sea.
Water is life.
Water is
life. Water is life.
Water is life.
Water is life.
Water is life.
So, some years ago, we heard the story about this fellow down in southern West Virginia who had been fighting the ravages of what is euphemistically referred to as mountaintop removal mining. And I just hate it when they, why don't they just call it what it is? Radical strip mining, or mountain destruction, or permanent mountain destruction. They should just call it what it is instead of just saying mountaintop removal. Because this isn't just mountaintop removal. They don't just remove the top of the mountain. It sounds so benign. They blow off the top of the mountain, then they scrape out some coal, and what they've blown off, they push off into the valleys, and then they scrape the coal, and then they blow off the next layer, and they scrape that off into the valley, and then they scrape out some coal, and then they blow off more until there's nothing left. It's just level ground, and they've drowned the stream with rock and dirt and toxic dust and poisoned the streams and poisoned the entire area and killed every living thing that there possibly could be. They've wiped out the forest. There's no going back.
So I have a question.
It's total destruction. It's the worst kind of environmental destruction that you could think of, that is just there, wantonly done for the purpose of destroying.
Greg.
Okay? It's so...
Greg.
Larry Gibson...
Greg.
This little guy, and I do mean he was a little guy.
Greg, I have a question here.
What?
How many of you know Larry Gibson?
Did you know Larry Gibson?
Okay, he looks like the Lorax.
He was the physical embodiment of the Lorax. He was a short fellow with a little bushy mustache.
And so we met him, and we wrote the song about him.
He had power. He spoke truth to power. He was intrepid. He was unafraid. He went out there, and he went to the President of the United States and told him off. I mean, he was that kind of a guy. And unfortunately, Larry died year before last. It's a tremendous loss to the environmental movement to lose somebody like Larry Gibson. We heard Larry's story, and we heard what happened to him down there at Caford Mountain. He was forced to leave. He did leave. He actually moved into Charleston, but he, his home was Caford Mountain. And we heard his story, and we decided to make up this song. And we made the song up in his voice to tell the story in the first person. To me, some of the most powerful songs of all are those that tell someone's personal story. You can tell them in first person, you can tell them in third person, whatever in second person, whatever. But to tell someone's personal story is is a really excellent way of sort of distilling the essence of an issue.
So if you catch on to the chorus, feel free to sing along.
So this is
Can I have a
called...
little bit more volume on my vocal? Thank you.
Back in these hills and hollows, hidden from your view, is the worst destruction of the earth that anyone could do. Blasting off the mountaintops for the coal that lies below, killing every living thing where now black waters flow. With their drag lines and their big trucks, they take more coal each day, but it's underneath our mountains, so they just blast them away. For Purple Mountain Majesty, once our nation's soul, now is raped and pillaged by the barons of King Coal. Our family has lived here 200 years and more. This mountaintop is all that's left of what we had before. But now just look around you and tell me what you see. Death and desolation where living forests used to be. With their drag lines and their big trucks, they take more coal each day, but it's underneath our mountains, so they just blast them away. For Purple Mountain Majesty, once our nation's soul, now is raped and pillaged by the barons of King Coal. Massey tried to drive me out by terror and by fear. They've shot and burned and threatened everything that I hold dear. Oh, this fight has been so fierce it tore my family apart. But how can I just walk away? This land, it is my heart. You know, down along Marsh Fork Creek is our children's school, in the shadow of Massey's toxic black impoundment pool. The kids who learn and play there daily do complain of every kind of sickness that no one will explain. With their drag lines and their big trucks, they take more coal each day, but it's underneath our mountains, so they just blast them away. For Purple Mountain Majesty, once our nation's soul, now is raped and pillaged by the barons of King Coal. So tell me now, who is to blame? Who shakes King Coal's hand? Who fails to protect us? Who sells out our land? It's greedy politicians at the company's beck and call. From the judges up to the president, I will blame them all. With their drag lines and their big trucks, they take more coal each day, but it's underneath our mountains, so they just blast them away. For Purple Mountain Majesty, who once our nation's soul, now is raped and pillaged by the barons of King Coal. Now is raped and pillaged
by the barons of King Cole.
Go tell your friends and your family, anyone inclined to hear. Help us stop this devastation, for all the mountains disappear. You hear my story, it's time to take a stand for Purple Mountain Majesty, for the people and the land. With their drag lines and their big trucks, they take more coal each day, but it's underneath our mountains, so they just blast them away. For Purple Mountain Majesty, who once our nation's soul, now is raped and pillaged by the barons of King Cole. Now is raped and pillaged by the barons of King Cole.
Thank you so much.
So the next couple of songs are songs from some of our musical heroes and sheroes. And this one is from Victor Jara. And Greg will give you a little bit of the translation for those of you that don't speak Spanish. And it's called Vientos de Pueblo.
This song says, I don't know, I think Victor Jara is like the personification of power in song, because he paid for it with his life. You could see how incredibly dangerous his songs were, right? They had to kill him. They had to brutally kill him to silence him, and they haven't silenced him. He's still singing. What an incredible person. So this song says, once more, they want to stain my country with workers' blood, those who speak of liberty, freedom, but whose hands are blackened. They want to hide their infamy from their legacy, their infamy from the centuries, and reconstruct the cross which Christ bore. The song says, I want to live with my son and my brother, building the springtime on which we all work every day. You can't scare me with your threats, you masters of misery. The star of hope continues to be ours. The last verse says, winds of the people speak to me, winds of the people carry me. They blow through my throat and scatter my heart. And so the poet will go on singing, as long as my soul has the power, down the roads of the people, now and forever. Victor Jara, presente.
De nuevo quieren manchar mi tierra con sangre obrera, los que hablan de libertad y tienen las manos negras, los que quieren dividir a la madre de sus hijos y quieren reconstruir la cruz que arrastra a Cristo. Quieren ocultar la infamia que legaron desde siglos, pero al calor de asesinos no borrarán de su cara. Ya fueron miles y miles los que entregaron su sangre, ya en cada vez generosos multiplicaron los panes. Ahora quiero vivir junto a mi hijo y mi hermano, la primavera que todos vamos construyendo a diario. No me asusta la amenaza, patrones de la miseria. La estrella de la esperanza continuará siendo nuestra. Vientos que pueblo me llaman, vientos que pueblo me llaman, me esparcen el corazón y me aventan la garganta, así cantará poeta, mientras el alma me suene por los caminos del pueblo, desde Oray para siempre.
Yes,
So we're going to do another of Victor's songs, and this one
comes from
this one has a story behind it. Yeah.
well, you know, Victor and Joan were incredible people, and they went to the barrancas of Chile and saw lots in Santiago and saw lots of homeless people, and they saw one little boy in particular who was sick, and they were a little bit better off than some of the other people in the barrancas because they had a horse, and the parents were so worried about their little boy, they offered him to Victor and Joan, and they adopted him. And he wrote a song called Lucine about this little boy. Now, after we'd been singing this song for many years, and one of the reasons I think that songs are so powerful to Greg and I is because we met 40 years ago, and I'm a survivor of Kent State and Jackson State and all those wonderful things that our country did. And we met in September, and around September 11th,
1973.
this was also a big time in Chile. And so we recently got a story about Lucine.
Another 9/11. Right? 9/11, 1973 was the coup, and that was, of course, when Victor was arrested and murdered over that following weekend. But here it is, 40 years. Well, you know, we had the 40th anniversary last September, and so the story came out about Lucine. Lucine wasn't just a figment of their imagination; he was an actual person, and they saved his life. And he stepped forward and told his story. So the story came out. I got a friend who sent it to me in an email link. And so one of the headlines said, "Lucine in commemoration of the death of Victor Jara, those responsible will respond sooner or later." I think that means that they would be held accountable, I would hope. And then another headline said, and this I loved, "Victor Jara is the only Latin American in the ranking of the most rebellious artists in history." That's great. So, this fellow's name is Luis Iribarren Arriete. Luis Iribarren Arriete is Lucine, the inspiration for the song by Chilean songwriter Victor Jara. 40 years after the assassination of the national artist, the then small boy relived his story on ADN Radio Chile, how their meeting took place. This is a translation, by the way, from the Spanish, and I had to kind of work it a little bit because it was pretty badly translated. It all started with some voluntary work done by the University of Chile in the 70s after a flood had occurred in the country. Victor was volunteering along with other people of the university, together with my mother. Hence, he knew me, and we started this sweet relationship, he recalled. With 10 siblings, Raul Jara and Rosa Martinez, Luis's biological parents, decided to go to Victor Jara to take care of their son because the insecurity made it impossible for them to take care of him. They didn't really mention here, but the boy was very, very sick with pleurisy, and he really would have died living out there on the streets. Luis remembers that Victor Jara was not only concerned about the poverty, but they also left him with his friends Eugenia Arrieta and Armando Iribarren, Luis's adoptive parents. And he says, "I have more memories of the patio of Victor Jara, of the house, a dog that Victor had, and also of rehearsal rooms," he confessed. This friendship ended abruptly with the coup d'etat and following the arrest of the songwriter in September 1973, his body being riddled with 44 bullets. The family of Victor Jara is trying to extradite from the United States Pedro Pablo Barrientos, ex-military of the Chilean army, who appears to be one of those responsible for the death of the singer. Luis Iribarren Lucine still does not understand the cruelty. He said, "It is necessary to resolve things with justice. It cannot be that a person riddles the body of another human being, because it was not in a war instance either. Victor's weapon was the guitar and his voice," he stressed, warning that if there is a person in charge, he is going to answer sooner or later. How can it be that a person, because of his guitar and his voice, is riddled and killed in the brutal way that he was, and after all this time there is none responsible? And if they do exist, why have they not been held responsible? He questioned. On the point of receipt from his lawyer, with 2 children of his own of 15 and 13 years, Luis Iribarren believes that there are still many Luchins in Chile that need to be rescued by a song, such as Victor Jara's song that rescued him. And if you want to hear Victor Jara sing this song, it's on YouTube. It's amazing. You can actually see Victor Jara on the internet.
Frágil como un volátil en los techos de barrancas, jugaba el niño Luchín con sus manitos moradas, con la pelota de trapo, con el gato y con el perro. El caballo lo miraba, en el agua de sus ojos se bañaba el verde claro. Gateaba su corta edad con el potito enmarado, con la pelota de trapo, con el gato y con el perro. El caballo lo miraba. El caballo arrastra luego en aquel pequeño espacio, y al animal parecía le gustaba ese trabajo, con la pelota de trapo, con el gato y con el perro, y con Luchito mojado. Si hay niños como Luchín que comen tierra y gusanos, abramos todas las jalas para que vuelen como pájaros, con la pelota de trapo, con el gato y con el perro, y también con el caballo.
Thank you very much. Before we move on, I forgot, I usually translate the song before we sing it, so I'll just tell you quickly what those words meant. The first verse was fragile as a kite over the roofs of barrancas, and playing out his little life. His hands are blue with cold, with the rag ball and the cat and the dog, and the horse looks on. The second verse says there's a clear green light brimming in the water of his eyes. He's bare-bummed and playing in the mud. with the rag ball and the cat and the dog. And the horse looks on. The third verse says, the horse is also one of his toys and understands his place and enjoys his work with the rag ball and the cat and the dog and Lucine all wet. And the last verse says, if there are children like Lucine who are eating earth and worms, we must open all the cages so they can fly away like birds with the rag ball and the cat and the dog and also with the horse.
And you know, powerful songs are something because they're not just songs that are your own, but I think it was Dick Gaughan once said to us, you know, if the singer only sang their own songs, then
all songs
would die with the singer. So it's important that all of us sing each other's songs, and so that we always remember the people that came before us. So here's one that was inspired by my friend Nadine Block, who's a great activist, and some of you may even know her, nonviolent trainer. And she kept handing me this poem from Ken Saro-Wiwa and said, you need to write a song, you guys. You need to write a song. And so finally I wrote this song, but it's not any good without all your voices because it's supposed to have lots of parts. So just imagine your part and have fun with it.
Well, it's some good without big voices.
I like it with lots of voices.
It's much better with lots of voices.
With just the two of us, it just doesn't sound as full. And the thing I wanted to tell you about this song is that Greg and I wrote this, and we sang with our good friends Kim and Reggie Harris, and my nephews at the time they were just in high school, at a Jesuit high school. And they had learned it without Greg and I knowing it. And it was a talent show at the school. And they went and they got up and they sang this song at the talent show. A cappella. And then there were some people that came out of the audience afterwards in tears because they were the wives of some of the men that were hung by Shell Oil Company in Nigeria during the crisis with the Ogoni people.
Along with Ken Saro-Wiwa. And then later we got to sing this song. We met Ken Wiwa Jr., Saro-Wiwa's son, and then he has a brother, Owen, who lives in Toronto, and they both have heard this song too, so the song has gone out there into the world. But the easy part to sing is just the name, Saro-Wiwa. Saro-Wiwa of Nigeria. Just over and over again.
With harmony.
Great. What a great name. Let's sing it. It's worth singing just his name.
Saro-Wiwa of Nigeria. 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 There was a man from Nigeria who lived his life to right the wrong. Saro-Wiwa was his name. With his words now we sing his song. Dance your anger, dance your joy. Everybody make a joyful noise. Dance your anger, dance your joy. Everybody make a joyful noise. Saro-Wiwa of Nigeria. Saro-Wiwa of Nigeria. Saro-Wiwa of Nigeria. Saro-Wiwa of Nigeria. Saro-Wiwa fought and died so the earth and Ogoni could survive. It's up to us to spread his truth and keep his thoughts and hopes alive. That's to ridicule the military fools, to silence the guns and the military tools. That's to ridicule the military fools, to silence the guns and the military tools. Saro-Wiwa of Nigeria. Saro-Wiwa of Nigeria. Saro-Wiwa of Nigeria. Saro-Wiwa of Nigeria.
And of a rope they took his life.
His sacrifice was not the first.
8 others die at his side
To fill our tanks and Shell Oil's purse. Dance oppression and injustice down. Dance for friendship all around the town. Dance oppression and injustice down. Dance for friendship all around the town. Saro-Wiwa of Nigeria. Saro-Wiwa of Nigeria. Saro-Wiwa of Nigeria. Saro-Wiwa of Nigeria. To save the future of this earth, to which each one of us belongs, we must stop the rampant greed we see. Now let us sing his spirit song.
Dance, my people, dance away sorrow. Dance, dance, for we have seen tomorrow. Dance, my people, dance away sorrow. Dance, dance, for we have seen tomorrow. Sarawiwa of Nigeria, Sarawiwa of Nigeria, Sarawiwa of Nigeria, Sarawiwa of Nigeria. There was a man from Nigeria who lived his life, the right, the wrong. Sarawiwa was his name. With his words always sing his song. Dance your anger, dance your joys. Everybody make a joyful noise. Dance your anger, dance your joys. Everybody make a joyful noise. Sarawiwa of Nigeria, 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 dance Nigeria, oh dance, oh dance Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We're just going to do a couple more.
Well-
We wanted to do this one that
Well, before we do
sort of
that,
tangentially related to that one. What?
it's really hot in here. Are you guys hot?
It's hot
And
up
it
here.
makes me lose my voice. So I really appreciate you singing along. I'm also just getting rid of a cold, so like a lot of you. So thank you for helping us sing. I just wanted to thank you for that.
Oh, we're
And
working up a sweat.
We're working up a sweat. So we're just going to do a couple more. And we got this stack of wonderful stories that you all sent to us, and we're so excited to
We want more.
possibly,
Not greedy.
yes. We have a whole lot more songs, but we just want to do two more for you.
And there's a couple of really good stories on the last one. But this one is kind of related to that one. When we met Ken Wiwa Jr., we were meeting him in the context of a gathering in Washington, D.C. of a bunch of people who were associated with this international NGO called Oil Change International. Some of you may be familiar with Oil Change International. If not, they're a wonderful organization. Their mission is to break the corrupting grip of oil profit money on governments around the world. And, of course, one of their main targets is the United States government, where it's probably the worst case scenario. And so we thought that, well, that's a very worthy goal, and let's get behind that. So we made up a song for them. And so it's called Follow the Money, and please join in on the chorus. Mine tune good enough? I wouldn't want to be out of tune.
Follow the money from the oil can, from Iraq and Nigeria and Kazakhstan. Follow the money from the tanker boats to the halls of Congress where it buys the votes. Follow the money till it makes you sick and you slip and you slide on a thick oil slick. Follow the money, follow the money, follow the money from the oil can, from Iraq, Nigeria to Kazakhstan. Follow the money from the tanker boats to the halls of Congress where it buys the votes. Follow the money till it makes you sick and you slip and you slide on a thick oil slick. Follow the money, follow the money. Our addiction to oil is at the core, guzzling and guzzling more and more. They keep on drilling to the ends of the earth. How many barrels is a human life worth? How long will it take for us to see? Somebody owns the powers that be. Follow the money, follow the money, follow the money from the oil can, from Iraq, Nigeria, and Kazakhstan. Follow the money from the tanker boats to the halls of Congress where it buys the votes. Follow the money till it makes you sick and you slip and you slide on a thick oil slick. Follow the money, follow the money. D's. Our pockets are empty and we're on our knees. BP and Halliburton don't have to comply. They got the very best Congress oil money can buy. Follow the money, follow the money, follow the money from the oil can, from Iraq, Nigeria to Kazakhstan. Follow the money from the tanker boats to the halls of Congress where it buys the votes. Follow the money from where it's spent right to the office of the president. Follow the money, follow the money. We know that there is a better way when the people of the world gonna have our say. It's time for all nations to rearrange. It's time for a global oil change. To save this planet, it's not too late. It's time for separation of oil and state. Follow the money, follow the money, follow the money to solar power, free energy every daylight hour. Follow the money to power that's green, and we don't mean the oil dollar machine. Follow the money from the halls of state, from the power of oil, got to separate. Follow the money, follow the money, follow the money from the oil can, from Iraq, Nigeria to Kazakhstan. Follow the money from the tanker boats to the halls of Congress where it buys the votes. Follow the money till it makes you sick and you slip and you slide on a thick oil slick. Follow the money, follow the money, follow the money, follow the money.
Thank you very much. Well,
We only have time for one more, and you know we're pretty loquacious magpies, so thank you for letting us
forgive us.
chitter chatter up here. You know, this one was one that we did in the Philadelphia schools. We actually were supposed to be doing a whole program on the presidents. We were asked for the Museum of Art there, and so we were thinking, well, first we'll tell them about Victoria Woodhull. Most of you people know about her, and so you know we thought, this is interesting. And then a friend of ours said, would you please come and do some work at this high school, this motivational high school? And we said, okay. So it was a Monday, and we walked into this high school, and it was one of those days where we thought, oh my God, what are we getting into here? You know, you go and you get all tapped down to make sure that you don't have any weapons on you, and you go in and...
It's like coming in here today.
No, actually. That was,
No, it was much worse there.
it was terrible there.
It wasn't that bad, though, really. We got in, you know.
We go into the classroom, we get there, and I'm standing there in front of these kids, and we open our mouths to sing, and they sing all the songs with us because they had all of our CDs.
They'd been prepped.
And they had
They
been
were
prepped.
motivated. It was fantastic.
It was a fantastic experience. And then we walked out, and there was a sign. It was, Black History Month. There was a big sign,
It was a poster.
a picture of Ella Baker, and the words said, "Give light, and people will find the way." And so we thought, let's heck with this president's thing we're working on here. Let's go home and write a song.
There's a song there. So we went home and we made up this song.
And you can help us.
And then, well, we've had a number of experiences with this song that are kind of, this is why you get up every morning, folks. And I know this has happened for a lot of you, which is why I want you to send me more stories. Because this is why we're doing this. You know, we send a song out into the world, and it has an effect. You know, it really does. One of our first experiences with this song was we decided to record it on an album that we did with Kim and Reggie, and we were in the studio up in Saugerties, and we decided that we really wanted Pete Seeger to join us on this album. So he came down and he lined out. We did Old Devil Time, and he lined out the words for us on Old Devil Time, and then we had him do Give Light, and he played banjo and Give Light, and he was so excited about this song that after we were done doing his part, he sort of grabbed Terry and I and took us into the back room and said, "Hey, now hum that song for me." So he took his famous 12-string guitar and flipped it over for a desk, and then he took his lyric sheet and he flipped that over, and And he wrote out 5 lines and 5 lines and 5 lines and 5 lines. And then he said, hum that tune for me. So I started singing the song for him, and he's out there plucking the notes out, and he wrote it down. He took it down by dictation. He wasn't waiting around for a tape from the engineer. He wrote it down on paper. And then he said to us, one of the greatest compliment I think I could possibly imagine, he said, they're not going to believe it's not an old civil rights song when I teach it to them. And I just looked up and said, take me now. But it didn't just end there. You know, we got this letter. Where is it?
Shall I read one of them?
Yeah, here. Oh, here. This is the one. First thing that happened was in 2003. You remember 2003. What happened in 2003? That's right. Okay, in 2003, we got this email from our good friend Chris and Sarah. I'm sure many of you know Chris. She is a powerhouse of a singer. I am humbled to sing next to Chris on a stage or anywhere in the world. She sent us this email.
She said, Greg and Terry thought of you yesterday in particular. Give Light has become a very popular song here after I taught it to 124th graders. And Voices, Chris singing the group, of course, has sung it many times at gatherings, and others have begun singing it at anti-war gatherings. Well, yesterday, 22 of us were arrested at the federal building in an action symbolizing the death of Iraq, children and mothers. A very powerful action. We were arrested by Chicago City Police, and after a couple of hours of initial processing, where I heard Give Light started in the cell of the men next to our cell of women. We were all put in solitary cells for many hours, cement blocks, thick walls, and yet, through the walls, I heard from time to time, Give Light, being started by one of our group, with, of course, new verses added for all the occasions. So just wanted you to know you were very present during a very long but amazing day in jail. Much peace to you both. Hope our paths cross soon.
And then a friend of ours, who we met later, just a couple of years ago, came to a concert that we did in Woodstock. And she brought along a couple of photographs and a little note she sent us by email. It said, here are a couple of pics of me teaching your Give Light song to kids at the Franciscan Sisters School in Luxor, Egypt, and the Tonle Sap Floating School in Cambodia. Enjoy. I also taught the song last night at the synagogue. No pics. I've remembered the signs for the first verse and have to study up on the remaining ones. Thanks for the wonderful concert last weekend, ... And last but not least, this one really got us. In 2008, we received an email from a person we'd never met, a Unitarian minister named Susie Hariff from Manlius, New York. Greg and Terry, I wanted to share with you both how your song Give Light has become a regular part of our programs when we share about what's been happening in post-genocide Rwanda in East Central Africa. During my annual visits over the last 3 years, this song has become a powerful illustration of just what can happen with a little light overcoming a lot of darkness. We, my husband and I, have sung Give Light not only in presentations at churches, coffee houses, and presentations on Rwanda here. We have sung it in at least a dozen places throughout Rwanda and have now taught it to several of our colleagues there so that we can sing it together to encourage the people who are working on the reconciliation and restoration projects there, helping people to find a way to forgive themselves and one another and to heal the wounds that tore this tiny, densely populated country apart during the genocide and the accompanying civil war. Thank you for the gift of this song. It has touched the lives of thousands in Rwanda, as well as the lives of people here. It's also very special to me because I was born to a temporarily displaced white northern family in the segregated South in the 1950s, and my parents, who came from a very integrated center city of Philadelphia, were the recipients of KKK notes warning them to stop talking nice to our fill in the blank. And now I teach on the south side of Syracuse, and ... So just wanted to let you know that you still have to do it, even if you feel that you're not making any headway, that maybe you're not succeeding, maybe you feel like it's a tremendous frustration living in this world where change comes so slowly, and there's 2 steps forward and 1 step back, or 3 steps forward and 5 steps back. But you still have to get your songs out there because it's important. They might change somebody's life. So sing this song with us, and then we'll all go and
Have dinner.
Have the first session of roundabout.
Round robin, excuse me.
Okay. Give light, and people will find the way.
Give light, people will find the way. Give light, and people will find the way. People will find the way, I do believe. Give light, and people will find the way.
You've got to
give light, and people will find the way. Give light, and people will find the way. People will find the way, I do believe. Teach peace, and people will find the way.
You've got to
teach peace, and people will find a way. Teach peace, and people will find a way. People will find a way, I do believe. Stand together, and people will find a way.
You've got to
stand together, and people will find a way. Stand together, and people will find a way. People will find a way, I do believe. Give light, and people will find a way.
You've got to
give light, and people will find the way. Give light, and people will find the way. People will find the way, I do believe. People will find the way, I do believe.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, folks. Thank you, Magpie. Woo! Thank you very much, Magpie. Thank you so much. We have now the first session of the round robin. What Maya and I have done is created a schedule for the first 10 people on the round robin list. And the first person is Al Bradbury. As she's coming up, I just wanted to say that we will be posting the list of the whole rest of the round robin. Yeah, yeah.
So we got 5 minutes between this and...
So,
We got to get the mics back and get the other mics back.
can we go right into it? And it would be better if we could go right into it.
As long as that's... Okay.
So, but we can go ahead and, yeah. The piece of information I wanted to tell everybody is that during dinner, Maya and I are going to create the rest of the program for the round robin. So that starts, I believe, Steve, 7?
Yes.
7, or 7:15 perhaps.
Right, you have a schedule with them.
Yeah, it starts at 7:15. So we will reconvene in this room at 7:15. Al Bradbury. Oh, we're featuring the mini concert performers for this first slot. So please welcome Al Bradbury, one of our mini concert performers from this morning.
That's all right. Can you hear me? Hey, I don't mean to scare you, but it's time someone spoke out. There's a wave of immigration here that no one talks about. They're coming at a rate of more than 4 million a year, and they're not from any other country country on the earth, that's clear. They are alien invaders, they come from outer space. You can see them in the nurseries, you could see them any place. They are growing in our bellies, they're the enemy inside, and soon they will outnumber us if we don't stem the tide. Frankie and Alberta, yeah, they had a sweet romance. Forgot border security when they took down their pants, and seeing lax enforcement, well, the Martians seized their chance. That's why the price of safety is eternal vigilance. They are alien invaders, they come from outer space. You can see them out in strollers, you could see them any place. They are growing in our bellies, they're the enemy inside, and soon they will outnumber us if we don't stem the tide. Big round heads, they have no teeth, they only cry and fuss. They're never going to fit in, they're not at all like us. They're perniciously dependent from the day that they arrive. Don't speak a word of English, and they don't know how to drive. They will lie to you and cheat you, they get dirt behind their ears, and many of them do no useful work for 18 years. They are alien invaders, they come from outer space. You could see them in your living room, yeah, you'll see them any place. They are growing in our bellies, they're the enemy inside, and soon they will outnumber us if we don't stem the tide.
Yeah! Woo! Al Bradbury, everybody. Next coming up is Lords of Liechtenstein. Come on up, Noah and Dan.
Hi, everybody. We're the Lords of Liechtenstein. My name is Dan. This is my brother Noah. And this is a song about veterans and how I feel like when veterans fight in wars for us, we give them all these big medals and ticker tape parades and things, and they don't really want anything like that. They just want for nobody else to have to go through what they went through. So, excuse me, this is called The War to End All Wars. The war's still going on. He hides behind his bunker in the night till the nurses take the pillows down and bring him back to bed, and smile at his antics as his body quakes with fright. Mr. Taylor lost his left leg to a bomb, but without it he gets on pretty well. People nod in admiration as he hobbles down the street. That's the price you have to pay for a little slice of hell. But they don't want your pity medals or your ticker tape parades. They don't care if you play taps when they die. All they ask is reassurance that their kids won't have to fight, that this treaty won't be another lie, that this treaty won't be another lie. Mr. Tran grew up in Vietnam, though as a boy he moved to the West Coast. As he fought in the desert, he couldn't shake the thought that he'd become what he once feared the most. Mr. Jansky suffers post-traumatic stress. He shoots heroin to ease him of his pain. Now he lives in an old cardboard shack on 37th Street, but he's usually too numb to feel the rain. They don't want your pity medals or your ticker tape parades. They don't care if you play taps when they die. All they ask is reassurance that their kids won't have to fight, that this treaty won't be another lie, that this treaty won't be another lie. market with no name, selling off his medals one by one. They have lost their meaning, for they failed to stop the bleeding, and the children still carry guns. And the children still carry guns. They don't want your pity medals or your ticker tape parades. They don't care if you play taps when they die. All they ask is reassurance that their kids won't have to fight, that this treaty won't be another lie, that this treaty won't be another lie. Thank you.
Lords of Liechtenstein. You'll notice there's a bit of a... The organizing committee made a special effort to bring out youth from New York City for the mini concerts, which is what you're seeing here today. Our next performer is Luke from the Peace Poets.
All right, so I have a quick spoken word piece that I'd love to share with you tonight. Really feeling emotional after that last song, so I'll just thank the group that just played that. Because that's what we need, right? We need to get emotional and turn our emotion into work. So thank you again for that. Thank you. Yeah, give it up. So I'm the up close and personal type of guy. So if it's all right with everybody, I'm gonna come in here. You guys, can you hear me okay? Yeah. Nice. That's right. I love how like 6 people knew I was talking to them. So I just want to thank Charlie King for getting me and the Peace Poets involved this year, and I'm really grateful for him and for all of you. We just sang this song in Washington, D.C. It's just a very short 2 lines that I want everybody to sing with me real quick, and it goes like this. It goes, we're going to build a nation that don't torture no one, but it's going to take courage for that change to come. And as you do it, you can just imagine yourselves taking over the many buildings that probably a lot of you have taken over in the past. And know that we just did that. We just wrote that song and took over another space that's right not for long enough. So I'll sing it one time. You can just join me, and I'll go right into this poem. We're gonna build a nation that don't torture no one, but it's gonna take courage for that change to come. Sing it with me. We're gonna build a nation that don't torture no one, but it's gonna take courage for that change to come. One more time all together. We're gonna build a nation that don't torture no one, but it's gonna take courage for that change to come. I'm falling head over heels like a hungry man standing over a home-cooked meal, like 100 million marching to break up a backroom deal. Like it is ridiculous how much hope you make me feel. I am falling in solidarity with you. And I know solidarity ain't easy. And people throw that word around a lot these days, so you might not believe me, but this is real. I think about you all the time. Got your brilliance on my mind, and I'm dying to intertwine your struggle and mine. I want to be with you. When you're marching against police brutality, I want to get free with you. And I don't mean to be too forward, but I think you're stunning. Running circles around cops who have no clue how to stop the wildfire. You inspire optimism in me, and these days that's hard to find. But through the darkness, I see your minds like the inside of a long-lost shrine to what we could become. You make me want to make love political, and hate unpopular, and people unbombable, and war impossible. I want to wrap my arms around yours and block the doors to a military recruiting facility, because if they don't stop bombing innocent people, we're going to have to occupy the military. You see, this solidarity got me ready to be a wrench in systems of exploitation, to reimagine nations, write General Assembly declarations like love letters, you make me better. And I never thought I'd fall this deep, but you got me swimming in a world where people can no longer be exploited as machines. So please, let's do this right. Keep our communication tight, and remember, even if we fight, future generations are dependent on us to be the light. I promise not to burn out. I will stay with you, chill with you, build with you, and I'm going to keep it real with you. This is going to hurt sometimes. There will be moments when you don't want to sacrifice a night's sleep or march out in the rain, but you love me, and so you patiently explain there is no separating solidarity from pain. For solidarity to exist, it means we must share the risk of each other's struggles. So this might get me in some serious trouble, locked up, or even killed. But tell me, why would I want to be safe or comfortable while so many are tortured and robbed, evicted and bombed? I would rather lose my crib, my health, and my job than lose you. You are the movement of my grandchildren's dreams. The soundtrack to sing back the possibility of peace you are. The rebellious song lifted along the jagged edges of a revolutionary's heart, and you are part of me. So let there be no doubt, no hesitation, and no fear that I am in solidarity with you, my people. And that is why I'm here, where we take the clay of history into our joined hands and remember a time before anyone pretended to own land, and the clay will soften and our hands will move, and a child will read a poem, and the love within us all will say, at last they're coming home, and we will grasp the tides of movements and moments and lives and deaths, and yes, we will all fall head over heels, and it will feel like rising up.
Luke from the Peace Poets. Next we have coming up Maya, also one of the mini concert performers.
Can everybody hear that? I don't know if they can. Should I lift this? I'm much taller. Okay. My friend Vincent, who's probably going to play a little later, Vincent Cross, great artist, gave me this pin on my lapel. It says artist on it. And, you know, some days you get up and you got to make a lot of compromises just to live in this world, but, you know, you just keep on, right? And every once in a while you get that proverbial button on your lapel, something that tells you what it is you do, and you put it out there to the world, and for that minute or that hour or that lifetime, maybe then you're just not afraid of anything. Fear hurts, right? It's okay to be scared, but it's not okay to stop yourself from going forward. That's what this song is about. There's nowhere. Oh, that sort of ruined the moment, didn't it? Is this mic a little less distorted? Check. Is that just the speaker? Check. Sorry. So pretend that didn't happen. There's nowhere in this world I won't go. There's nowhere in this world I won't go. The way gets dark, I know, but there's nowhere in this world I won't go. There's nothing in these pines I can't see. There's nothing in these pines I can't see. But you'll make it through if you stay with me. There's nothing in these pines I can't see. I did this before during my mini concert, but there are a lot more people here now. Will you all stomp your feet with me? Let's get going. Get in time. You got it. Nice and loud. Let's rattle the floorboards in this old building. Come on. There's nothing stronger than a marching band. There's nothing stronger than a marching band. Not the devil or the ocean or the good Lord's hands. There's nothing stronger than the marching band. There's nowhere in this world I won't go. There's nowhere in this world I won't go. The way gets dark, I know. There's nowhere in this world I won't go. There's nowhere in this world I won't go. The way gets dark, I know, but there's nowhere in this world I won't go. There's nowhere in this world I won't go. The way gets dark, I know. There's nowhere in this world I won't go. There's nowhere in this world I won't go. The way gets dark, I know. Thanks, everybody.
Let's hear it for Maya. Continuing with our featuring of mini concert performers, I want to invite up Prince, Akeem, and Mickey to do the next piece.
Hi there.
Hey, hey, hey. Oh, oh.
So we're gonna
Ooh,
start
ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey, hey.
with a little bit of happiness.
Peace. A little bit of happiness.
So I want y'all to snap your
Listen.
fingers. I want y'all to snap your fingers like. Just repeat after me. Ready?
You gotta love yourself. 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 You gotta love yourself. Yourself. Yourself.
Now, when I say
Hip, you say hop. Hip.
hop,
Hip.
hop. When I say won't, y'all say stop.
Won't.
Stop.
Won't.
Stop.
Peace. This song is called Like Asada Shakur. And I need crowd participation. So the chorus goes, walk like, talk like, smile like Asada, breathe like, seek like, dream like Asada. I am, you are, we are Asada. I know, you know Asada is proper. Walk like, talk like, smile like Asada, breathe like, seek like, dream like Asada. I am, you are, we are Asada. I know, you know Asada is proper. Peace, you can start to read. Yeah. Life. Yes, sir. Turn it up a little bit. Yeah. Woo! Walk like, talk like, smile like Asada. Breathe like, seek like, dream like Asada. I am, you are, we are Asada. I know, you know Asada. Walk like, talk like, smile like Asada. Breathe like, seek like, dream like. I am, you are, we are. I know, you know, Asada. I remember you just like you. Then became a revolutionary just times two. She made it out the blue zone, but the truth is, first woman on the FBI terrorist list. Escaped from this country, migrated to Cuba. $2 million bounty if you catch her. Built in a million miles, you run a stretcher at risk of death. Don't look for the better Asada. You did help me know that freedom is to be myself and to grow beyond measure that I never understood. Power and pride told love that you're good. Black liberation, Black Panther Party. Me, I like to call them walking dead zombies because they never slept. Just building and plotting. It was the FBI turn to pick cotton. Walk like, talk like, smile. Breathe like, seek like, dream. I am, you are, we are. I know, you know, Asada. Walk like, talk like, smile like. Breathe like, seek like, dream like Asada. I am, you are, we are Asada. I know, you know, Asada is proper. I remember when them dots really robbed me at 15 years old, man, it was Rob Zombie, scary. Now I see what happened nowadays. Freedom is limited, so don't be amazed. Because that's how I told you, you saw it through her actions. Why you think that the nation always equal fractions? Because they try to break us up, take us out of character. Though they can make new laws, you quit your stamina. My too, I'm nothing higher than you are. Let's move from the passenger, drive the car. The further we get, that means we really doing. Fuck the police, I'm not a government student. That's why they shot her, because she is proper. But they couldn't end her life. Government Oscar Award winner, that's what I call her. Put your fist up if you're here for Asada. Walk like, talk like, smile. Breathe like, seek like, dream like. I am, you are, we are Asada. I know, you know Asada. Walk like, talk like, smile like Asada. Breathe like, seek like, dream like. I am, you are, we are Asada. I know, you know Asada is proper. Walk like, talk like, smile like. Breathe like, seek like, dream like. I am, you are, we are. I know, you know Asada. Walk like, talk like, smile like. Breathe like, seek like, dream like. I am, you are, we are. I know, you know Asada. When I say hit, you say hot. Hit, hit. When I say art, you say start. Art, art. When I say urban, y'all say art. Be urban, urban. Peace, y'all. We love y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you.
Prince Akeem and Nikki. Woo! Coming up to the stage is the choral workshop. Come on up, everybody, in the choral workshop. They'll be followed by Heather Lev.
This is a song I wrote about when Mandela was running for president, and I was taking the subway to work reading the New York Times, just reading the fantastic stories of people standing in line for hours and hours, and how people were so passionate about voting. And we worked this out in our workshop today. Ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
choral workshop. Coming up is Heather Lev.
Hey, everybody. Right in the nose. It's I feel like I should bow and say thank you. Anyway, thanks for having me. I haven't been here in a long time, and, just want to kind of dedicate this song to some friends who aren't here today. Not to get sad, but Carl Schwartz, Eric Levine, Marlene Feingold, Frida Zames. I know there's plenty of others that you all have. Thank you. Bob Blue, absolutely. So some tremendous people that I really miss coming back, and they're not here, but they're always there. And also want to just dedicate this to, some friends that are struggling, and just to keep this message in mind. For there's battles to be won, songs to be sung, and 100,000 seeds to be sown. And you never have to stand, never have to stand, and you never have to stand alone. You can cry with grief, sigh for relief, nobody may hear your moan. You can complain or dance out in the rain, but you never have to stand alone. For there's battles to be won, songs to be sung, and 100,000 seeds to be sown. And you never have to stand, never have to stand, and you never have to stand alone. The powers that be never set you free, and it seems that they have a heart of stone. But a rock can be moved, laws disproved, and you never have to stand alone. For there's battles to be won, songs to be sung, and 100,000 seeds to be sown. And you never have to stand, never have to stand, and you never have to stand alone. So give me your hand, share with me your plans, till the seed we have planted is full grown. It will flower, it will spring, it can change anything, and you never have to stand alone. For there's battles to be won, songs to be sung, and 100,000 seeds to be sown. And you never have to stand, never have to stand, and you never have to stand alone. For there's battles to be won, songs to be sung, and 100,000 seeds to be sown. And you never have to stand, never have to stand, and you never have to stand alone. Thank you.
Heather Love. Next, coming to the stage is Steve Siegelbaum.
Hi, I'm with the Walkabout Clearwater Chorus, which is what it says on this shirt. And I'm so glad, one, that Magpie talked about the power of song and sang about the power of song and how relevant and how vital it is. And I'm so glad that Luke from the Peace Poets gave us this optimistic message, because it's so important. But this song is about a time when all of these things that we sing about, all the troubles in the world, the war and the pollution and the racism, all of that in that distance that we all struggle for will be achieved. The victory over these things will be achieved. So this is called There's No Need for That Song. This old song got nothing to do now that the world is at peace. This old song is feeling so blue since all the wars have ceased. It sits on a shelf gathering dust while all the weapons crumble and rust, and in each other's gods all nations now trust. There's no need for this song. Oh, can't you see there's no need for this song? No need for you to be singing along. Now that we've righted all the world's wrongs, there's no need for this song. And this old song got nothing to do now that the rivers are clean. This old song is feeling so blue. The air that we breathe is pristine. It sits in the basement confined to a crate, feeling rejected, resigned to its fate. As the earth returns to its natural state, there's no need for this song. Oh, can't you see there's no need for this song? No need for you to be singing along. Now that we've righted all the world's wrongs, there's no need for this song. And this old song got nothing to do. The workers have won the day. This old song is feeling so blue. Women now get equal pay. Songs like this are simply old hat. Rallies and marches ain't where it's at. It's freedom and justice comes easy as that. There's no need for this song. Here we go. Oh, can't you see there's no need for this song? No need for you to be singing along. Now that we've righted all the world's wrongs, there's no need for this song. So please find something for this song to do. It suffers neglect and abuse. Don't just discard it like an old shoe. Put it to some proper use. It may come in handy, you never know. Arrange it for Pete on the old banjo, or a spot on a PBS fundraising show. There's no need for this song. Last time. Oh, can't you see there's no need for this song? No need for you to be singing along. Now that we've righted all the world's wrongs, there's no need for this song. Now that we've righted all the world's wrongs, there's no need for this song. Thank you.
Steve Siegelbaum. Next, another Steve is coming up. Steve Suffett, and he's bringing the whole Hard Times Workshop chorus. Let's hear for Steve Suffett.
Let's see. Are we actually down? We only have one female voice now?
Well, you gotta carry that load.
Where is Ann? Where is Isabel? We are going to be in the key of E. I have to say, Morgana, you think you could do that first one yourself?
You say A or E?
E.
As an elevator. I'll sing in a high voice.
Okay. Joel, you want to start?
No, you have to start, Steve. It's your idea.
This is a song by Utah Phillips.
Why don't you teach it to him? Give him the first one.
We're going to teach you the chorus first. We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times, working for the good times to come. We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times, working for the good times to come. Let's try that again. Ready? We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times, working for the good times to come. We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times, working for the good times to come.
Seems like there's nothing we can do. Reach out to each other and voices sung together, and let our voices carry us through.
Chorus, everybody. We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times, working for the good times to come. We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times, working for the good times to come. When the war clouds, and when the war clouds gather, it's so easy to get angry, just as hard not to be afraid. But you know in your own heart, no matter what happens, you just can't turn your back and walk away. Ready? We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times, working for the good times to come. We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times, working for the good times to come. So hand in hand together, we'll help each other carry the light of peace within us every day. If we can learn to live it, to walk and talk and give it, that world of peace won't be so far away. Here we go, ready? We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times, working for the good times to come. We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times, working for the good times to come. One last time. We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times, working for the good times to come. We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times, working for the good times to come. Thank you.
Steve Suffet, everybody, and the Hard Times Chorus Song Swap. Coming up to the stage is Louise Luger. Welcome, Louise.
Hi. This is one I wrote, and let me know when you can hear me. Can you hear me now? Whether it's the personal or political, every person in this room has reached a point where they lose all faith and don't want to go on, and yet have. So this is a song I wrote called Believe. If I knew the way to show you, I would lead you on past the bitter fields of snowfall, hours before the dawn, searching for that distant star. It's oh so cold and oh so far. There's a road that lies before you. If I knew the way to call you, I would find your song. All the broken wings that stall you, scattered on the ground, moving towards that endless sky, losing all the questions why. There's a road that lies before you. If I could help you see, all the light that bides beside you. There's a road that lies before you. No one else can walk it for you. There's a road that lies before you. If I could help you see, believe.
Louise Luger. And let's give a big round of applause for all of the performers for the first section of the round robin. It's a few minutes before 6. We're going to go to dinner. We are starting back here right at 7:15. And I sure hope to see you here because I know the person who's performing here at 7:15 is going to want to see you here. We haven't decided who that will be yet, but we will post the schedule for the second part of the round robin during dinner.
Where will you post it, Ben?
We'll post it in the cafeteria, and then we'll bring it up here.
So we're going to sign off now from the podcast, and we'll be back in 1 hour and 15 minutes for the second part of the round robin.
Okay.